And of course, this is not the first time people have prepared for a pandemic Thanksgiving.
Yeah, more than a century ago, another enemy swept across the nation, killing hundreds of thousands in its path. Jade Cunningham takes us back to the pandemic of 1918.
Life with the coronavirus is historic, but it's not unprecedented.
The public health measures that we're using today, to a certain extent, are actually derived from studying what was done in 1918.
At that time, our nation was in the midst of a flu pandemic that spread like wildfire.
There are a lot of lessons you can take from 1918, but there are also a lot of differences. The virus was much, much more lethal. There were many, many more deaths. And most of the people who died were actually young, between 18 and 45 years old.
A mild first wave hit in March. By September, a second, deadlier wave had begun.
New Orleans was one of the 10 hardest hit cities in the country, probably.
What happened next may sound familiar. Nationwide curfews, lockdowns, school and business closures followed. Masks were worn, and it was advised the best protection was staying home.
One thing that they did better in 1918 than we are doing today is they emphasize ventilation a lot more. That's very important. Dilute the air so the virus dissipates, so you don't get as strong a dose of virus if you breathe it in.
While we're seeing a surge, by Thanksgiving 1918, cases fell and restrictions for some ended. A third wave hit a few months later, but by summer 1919, cases faded away.
Both fortunately and unfortunately, is not 1918. This is a very dangerous virus, but we should be thankful for one that is not as deadly as the 1918 virus.
More than a century later, history is repeating itself, and how we handle the coronavirus today will determine how history judges us in the future. Jade Cunningham, Eyewitness News.